Hey guys, welcome back to Shep Talk and welcome back to Shep Talk movie review. If this is your first time here, please remember to hit that subscribe button and to hit that notification bell as well so that way you get notified whenever I upload a new video. Also, you can now follow me on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. The links to all those will be in the description down below. Now, let's get to my review of Superman Batman Apocalypse. Superman Batman Apocalypse was directed by Lauren Montgomery, which we've seen in the director's chair a lot since we started watching these DC animated movies. This was also written by Tab Murphy, who has also written a lot of animated TV shows. Superman Batman Apocalypse stars Andre Braugher as Darkseid, Kevin Conroy as Batman, Tim Daly as Superman, Susan Eisenberg as Wonder Woman, Julianne Grossman as Big Brother, and Edward Asner as Granny Goodness. Quick synopsis. A mysterious girl with superhuman powers lands on Earth and is discovered by Batman, the girl seems to have a connection to Superman. But this mysterious girl also gains the attention of Darkseid, who wishes her to serve him. I forgot to do this in my last DC animated review, but no time like the present, right? Superman Batman Apocalypse came out on video on September 28th, 2010, and this is the 9th movie in our DC animated original movies. This leaves us with 29 more movies to go. I'm not counting the 2 upcoming movies that are on the board because we don't know when those 2 movies will be coming out. Wow, this is the second week in a row that the DC movies have been knocking it out of the park for me. Red Hood has always been my favorite, or at least always on the top of the list. Superman Batman Apocalypse I had not seen before, nor have I read the comics that it is based on. But doing some research, it is sad to hear that the DC reset Supergirl's origin stories yet again after this origin story. I mean, I thought it was a solid origin story, especially with just a slight runtime of over an hour. I like that it wasn't a straight up, hey, I am new to the planet and I'm also Superman's cousin, so you should all trust me. Some of the supes are distrusting of her when she shows up. Others believe she needs to be taken somewhere and trained so that she can better control her powers that she is now gifted with. Superman even seems to be a little overbearing, and I guess you could say overprotective of the first blood relative he has met with this time on Earth. I'm sorry if you can hear Cotton. He's making himself comfortable over on the couch. Of course, you can't have Apocalypse in the title without Darkseid making an appearance. Cotton, come on, knock it off. Of course, you can't have Apocalypse in the title without Darkseid making an appearance. Now, I have always liked Darkseid, especially growing up and reading the New Gods comics, but he hasn't really gotten his due, I would say, in the movies recently. I will say they do a good job of using him in here, but I would say that he is one of those villains that people just leave out in the open and let the heroes attack. I get it. Darkseid is supposed to be this really powerful enemy that really doesn't fear anything, but he relies heavily on his Omega beams and pretty much nothing else. I really wish we'd see a little bit more depth to him when he is on screen. We get it, he is a brute and pretty damn powerful, but give us a little more to him as well. But the story had a lot of depth to it on so many levels that I was kind of shocked. The first act, you get all these superheroes thinking they know what is right for Kara. The second act, you get Darkseid wanting to make her part of his guard. And then when you think it can't go any further, you have the big battle between Superman, Kara, and Darkseid. And the battle was just crazy. For a movie that is just over an hour long, it sure does pack a lot into it and doesn't really overdo it in my opinion. Again, I think DC knocks it out of the park with their voice actors for this one. I know some of them have not been in the voice acting scene or voiced a DC superhero before, but they did a good job coming in. Andre as Darkseid is probably the only one that took me a minute to get on board with, but in the end it worked really good and wasn't a distraction. I think villains are the hardest to cast because we have to have this attitude and bravado that just makes them really stand out for us as the audience. Summer Glau is always one of my favorites, and I loved her since Firefly, and she just seemed to slip right into this role without any issues and knocked it out of the park. I was surprised to find out they went with a male voice actor for Granny Goodness, but he also does a good job of just being that over-the-top evil character that we know Granny Goodness is. I'd really love to see Granny Goodness get a movie or origin book or something to show a little bit more background on her and how she got to the position she is in. I really can't say that there was anything bad with the animation in this movie. Usually there are moments that pop up or long sequences that I notice, and it just pulls me out a little bit in the movie, especially when we are talking about an animated movie that has been done 10 years ago. But Superman Batman Apocalypse, I have to say, still holds up and doesn't disappoint 10 years later. Overall, Superman Batman Apocalypse is a fun and an enjoyable movie. This is one of those movies I don't really know if it is directed at kids, but more so the fans of the comics, because some of the violence is pretty up there, and even some of the topics might be out of the understanding of the young ones. Not to say that they might not enjoy it, it's just for the aesthetics of it. So with all that being said, Shep Talk gives Superman Batman Apocalypse 3 Sheps out of 5. But that is all I have time for you guys today. If you haven't done so already, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. And if you like this video, check out this video over here. I'm sure there's something you'll enjoy. But that is all I have time for today. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you at the next review.